I wondered for a second how it was going to go. It started to, and then it started to, and then it's not as slow as Facebook, though. So that's something I guess. Oh, webcam. Am I mistiming? Yeah, I did not make what I thought I was going to last night. I didn't even get off work until I posted I was going to come on. So no matter how hard you try, that didn't work. Hi guys, how are you? Just another day. So I really like to do these, like, I watched a couple videos earlier, and there's not really people who do a whole lot of, well, I mean, they do refurbishing furniture, painting, like oil painting, stuff like that. More high-end scale. I don't know what they put into their YouTube. I usually end up making stuff like I did birthday decorations with stuff that I had bought. Party decorations I bought at a yard sale they didn't use. I stuck in the garage. Ribbon, paint, hit the color I wanted to. It's really pretty simple, especially if you're on a budget. It's good. So I started out with one idea, and then I had somebody ask me about something else on TikTok, so I ran the other way with it. Oh, a second. Kid texting me. And I was arguing with nobody was arguing back with me. I was just arguing with the TikTok app for setting up a business account. Because you can set up a selling account or a business account without having to pay anything. But they like to make you think that you have to verify who you are. There's just another way to go around it. If you go into customer service, they just make you do it a couple of times. So one of the first things that everybody goes to the Dollar Tree. I'm pretty sure everybody does. And they have these cute things. They are the little velveteen bulletin boards. They have like pink, teal, purple, and they Velcro on. I have one over by where my sewing machine and my Cricut is. It's up on the wall. I didn't use their Velcro that they, like the pill and stick that they have. I use a little better quality stuff, but it's because, again, stuff I pick up here and there. I know I can use it for something. You can always use Velcro. You can always use double-sided tape. You can always use, and it's just like that. It's not like a 3M. You hope that it'll hold a picture. Damn, what's that? Stop eating. Oh. The cat's gonna poop an ornament. You tried to take off a little thing of glitter earlier. Fell on the floor. Some ribbon. A red tie. I come back. Well, I mean, you need a Christmas ornament. It's time to take me tree now. I guess. So, like, yeah. That package that I had. It really is a little bit Just because it's hard for me doesn't make it really hard. My hands are. But it is pretty stiff. And the other side is kind of shiny clear. So it's not like that. Purchase poster board. I actually have. What did I use this for the other day? I don't remember. It was something pretty heavy. But it wasn't like hanging on the wall. It's just. Oh. A friend of mine was trying to hang a small little chalkboard up for her to write notes to herself in the kitchen. Like, these are kids don't like this big. It's not heavy at all. Like, little chalkboards like this. Not really school worthy at all. But you can get them for just a couple bucks. And you can put them in your kitchen, and as you use things, write it down. I have Post-it notes all over the place. I collect them like crazy, and then I still end up just writing stuff. I don't remember what I wrote. Usually some are brilliant. Hi, Pat. How are you? So, like I said, they're very cute. They come with. Oh, I'm gonna open it because I'm gonna make this one that I'm gonna make. I'm gonna make this a little bit sturdier, hopefully. I haven't ever actually tried to make one that stands up to anything. So see what happens. Okay. So the one that I showed you, they're plastic. This is paper. So I wouldn't try to. But these are like really, really light. They're like a cushioned foam board. But they are pretty. I actually just have pictures stuck on mine over there. Because I don't really hang anything. But family pictures, and I write stuff on my calendar. Crap. No, you're not getting any of the way. I switched that off. So, I didn't actually think about it at the time. I brought something else, but if you have something like a little chalkboard, so you don't use the chalk, you can also do it on the side because it has a little bit of a lip in there. So, again, I have to play with it. Or just that's what I'm gonna do here. And they have these little pearl. When I put them in the wall, the pin sticks and the little pearl comes back out. Excuse me. So I have regular things sticking on the wall. It's easier than hanging a nail. And I was messing with double-sided tape earlier, so I forgot. Let me wipe these down real quick. Because they were pretty gooey, didn't want to cut. And they're really sharp usually. But double-sided tape kind of take out of them. Scissors, exactly my opinion. If you don't find one. So there's a couple of different things you can put on there that will hold a little bit of you just need like a small amount of a sponge, which is exactly what I have. You can get like those packages at Dollar Tree that are like 10 sponges. They're like this. I like the sides that are the scrubby, and I will take those off. I make coasters, just so around it. Christmas time, you can My nose never itches. I haven't done that in a long time. I used to do lives on Facebook. I'd be just fine until I got in the middle of like holding a piece of jewelry up, or I still make up all of them. MLMs. I like this better. I know, just someone else's. You said that you were going to straighten up first, so I thought I was waiting on you. You said that you were straightening up, so I thought I was waiting on you. And then I realized it was dark. So, yeah, whatever you. If you want to bring her over tomorrow, it's fine. I was gonna have one of my grandkids tonight, but so if you take these apart, which is not hard to do, the other thing about not selling someone else's stuff, they can't tell you what you can do on your own live. And I hate to see people that do lives, they have their own channels. They like dip out off of the screen to hit their vape or smoke. There's no way I could sit here and show somebody how to do anything for even 20 minutes without smoking. I go crazy. I said it's creativity for mental health, not try to test your nerves to see how long it goes. Right? Okay. Yeah, that's why I wouldn't cut anything. A good layer on it. And these are my Cricut brand, so they will. I'm not even gonna try to pull my dollar store scissors out to. I'm not even to get sponge. Damon, go! I haven't even seen that cat all day. Yeah. So, 1 and 2 ways. And to be I'm being completely honest with you. Everything that I'm showing you for both these projects is dollar store. They have these, and they come with rope, and they make these really cheesy shells, but they're really thin, so you can do other things with them. So for $1.25, you get like 2 of those boards, and you can make a cute sign or level something out. Nobody's talked to me all day to get my life. Okay, so there's a couple of ways that you can do this if you trust yourself with an X-Acto knife. Like I said, with these are okay. These don't last forever. I still like. They just kind of fall apart after. And they leave. Like that was my nail, not even X-Acto knife. So, if the scrubber part, I want to keep in the kitchen. Because they're shorter. The last time I cut one of these in half, I used the sponge part to wipe down my desk. Once. Oh, no. Nope. I was cleaning the. I was sitting here painting some. I think I was painting a Christmas note, and I got paint on the floors. Yeah. It happens. I was painting something else this morning My husband was in here. He was playing music on the computer, looking at different other people who had taken video of the concert that we were at Disturbed to see if we could see different points. So we were right up front. See if I didn't see nothing. I was looking straight forward. Apparently, my husband missed a couple things too. It's pretty funny. By the time we compared notes, like, wow, we were pretty focused on one thing. Okay, so this will take forever if I sit and do this the appropriate way. And then that will also cause me to do something silly and end up cutting myself. So that's not. The scissors are plenty sharp, but that X-Acto knife, I just put a new blade in it. I dropped it earlier and it stuck right in my hardwood floor. I pulled it out. Okay, well, and that's no good. So we'll pretend that I got this even, because it really doesn't matter at this point. And I have two because I just brought this board in. And before you start, if you want to paint the board, if you want to leave it wood, if you have material, if you don't, it works both ways. Because all you're really doing is just making a pin board. But I want one that matches around here, which is, if you look behind me, you look like people are like, you want it to match your room? Yeah, well, I'll have it organized later. I don't have the green screen. I don't have the green screen privileges yet. I forget about it until I get on, and then I look up and I'm like, I should really look that up. But we live here. I mean, you can see that I've been doing. I've actually been doing some crafts today. I mean, I have a little bit of everything pulled out. So this is about a hot mess, but you guys get the general idea. They will. This is what I was doing with the X-Acto knife. It will come towards a scrubby. It's not wasted. Both things are good for two separate things. So, if you have one of the more expensive or the double ply washers, another way you can do it is if you take the time and do it carefully, you can actually get 2 layers out. This one's so thin, you really can't. But you will get the gist. Like I said, I've made something kind of like this. I was thinking about doing the canisters. I think I put them on Facebook earlier. Plain white ceramic canisters, and they have the outside is metal, the top's glass you can see through, and they each hold a spoon, and they kind of stair-step down. And her niece was moving into a new house, and she wanted to do her kitchen in bees, so I decorated them. So if you go to Mystic Stevens on Facebook, pretty sure I put them on there. I don't think it. I've only really been on TikTok. I was on TikTok earlier, but I don't think I posted anything. So when I want to stick something to anything, if I want to stick paper to paper, if I want to stick, when I'm putting gems on, well, if I'm jeweling anything, some people will grab super glue, or they will staple it, or I don't know if I can straighten this out. You can see what it is. It's called E6000. Yeah. You can get it at Walmart. You can get it at Michael's. You can get them in different sizes. I have a couple of them in different states of disrepair. But what I like about it is it when it first comes out, if you've never used it before, it's kind of it's a little bit of attack to it, but you can still pull your fingers apart. Still, I can work it around them. So it's not like super glue. You can't stick yourself to yourself. You does not gonna pull skin off. It's not. Um, I especially like it with like moving gems around and stuff because if they slip, I never liked that when I started making jewelry years ago. Um, if you use regular glue, super glue, um, super glue has its place. Don't get me wrong, but and this stuff just it has enough pressure behind it when you take the thing off. And if you just let it set, it will dry. Yeah. But you pull this off, and it'll pull that plug out of there, and it'll be goes new. I just love it. So here's the magic. With the gems, some of these little smaller ones, they will come with like little needles that screw on the end. Um, so you just have a little dab, and they have different sizes. If you're doing like a bigger thing like this, then you can just squeeze. If you squeeze once, I don't know if you guys can see this or not. Maybe not. Ugh. And there you go. That is a lot. I'm gonna put that over something or something all over my desk. Um, these you get them at the dollar store. They're over with makeup. They wish it, or they're supposed to be masks on it. Yeah, they're great for smearing this kind of glue around, as long as they're not wet. Because if they're wet, once this glue gets wet, it's no good. And I usually have a baby wipe or one of those by me because this stuff is messy. Anyway, I don't really care if it's smoothed down. If you are working with like putting paper on paper and it's got to be really thin, then you can use a get a bunch of those at the dollar store paint brushes, even the sponge ones or those or anything really. Just slide off me. I don't want to be that bright. Whatever you want to use and smear around. But paper with paper, and you just put a dab, or the gems, just anything really. It's kind of a messed up side anyway. And I have this hair. So I'm just gonna smear around and then let it stop. Like I said, it will get checked. And then really see, I mean it's on there. And longer it stays, the harder it gets. Because it will leave the gems on the tumblers. Um, and you can wash them. Now most of the time you put something over that, like clear coat or something. Or the crap, what's it called? Just as soon as I started to come out of my mouth, forgot what it's called. It doesn't want to take the bumpy side. I must have done it this way that last time too, because all it did was get harder when you move. Yeah, that's the one thing. It's not grabby. Like it will hold if it's flat to flat. It will hold. Where um, super glue or hot glue will pick up whatever if it's porous and it'll fill in those holes. This kind of does, but not so much. It's really got to be kind of more of a flat. And then it's the longer you leave it on there, it's on there. Now, if you just get the sponges that don't have the other side, the Dollar Tree, same price, doesn't matter. But now I've got my scrubby that I like and the other side that I don't. So that's the way I do it. You can just get the sponges, cut them in half, or leave them the way they are and put them on. If you decided to paint the board, let it dry completely. Because I'm telling you, any kind of wet paint, like this just had some moisture that squeezed out from around the handle. That made it not work. That's the technicality of this kind of glue. But it will hold. It really will. If you have the, if anybody thinks it's funny that I can just reach across my desk and pull up pretty much any craft and not move. I have the good gems, the jelly. I think they're just called jellies. That I actually could buy from somebody on Etsy or these are the ones that you can buy like at Walmart. They're not metal, but they have that metallic look on the back of them. They hold anything like this, like the Day of the Dead masks that we were doing. That's what had everything on there. And after the concert, I think the chain popped off his, and that was it. And that wasn't the glue that was holding him. They really worked. I didn't get material. Crap. Give me a second. I got everything except what was going to go over the top of that. No. Okay. That one goes for it. Oh, no. Well. No. That was clear over here, that's why. Okay. So, if I ever see somebody's got material, scrap material, I always get it. Because I just found out recently that you can go, there's a couple different places. Google it, like free sewing patterns downloads. Even if you go it on Etsy, and if you're an Etsy person, you get them on there, like a dress pattern, the whole pattern is $3. It's cheaper than it is to buy it. You just have to make sure that you, when you print them out, that you have to message the seller and ask them if you have to print it out in a different format. Because I didn't ask that question when I first bought or got one for free, and it printed out about the size of doll clothes. Yeah, it doesn't matter. So, like I said, the chalkboard would work too. This one, I guess, would have taken 3 sponges spaced out, because you can space that a little bit. If it's yours, you know how you made it. So all you have to do is kind of push on it before you stick the pin in. I probably would have taken this down a little bit more. I definitely wouldn't leave it this thick because they're push pins and sponge. I'm not going to stay in there. They need something to grab onto. So I guess I should tell you that before. A lot of that stuff is just, man, it is seriously trial and error when you're not looking up how to do that kind of stuff. And I don't Google. I mean, I don't look up on YouTube everything. I still very seldom. I took a shower and still. Now, so, well, when I started on craft YouTube, there was not a YouTube you just look up for them to show you how to do it. I may have to have my husband take it off me. because it's not fitting. So, see on this one, it's probably quarter inch thick, really. And they're pretty, like, dense. It's not really soft. This is, I got a whole tote. There's some flowered. There was 3 different, like a rose, a pink, green. I could throw that up here, big greens, I forgot. But it's all this material that this looks a lot more, you can see it looks more velvety. This looks suede. I found a bunch of, the whole tote. So I have a friend of mine that she does more sewing, and I got the whole tote for like $5. I took it over her, and then I ended up having someone give me a really nice dining room set that they'd had a while, and the table's perfect, the chairs are perfect, the seat covers need replaced, and this material's, I think she said if we doubled it up, it would be thick enough to do it. It's an older table, or like a dinette set. The table is heavy. I had to have help getting it in the back of my Dodge Journey. It's still in my Journey because I can't get it out of it. So we will pretend. I should have at the same time. I'm kind of regretting I didn't. I really am. I wish it probably would have made this come out looking a whole lot better. But I will, along the way doing these, I will I'll have to trial and error that stuff too. Because when I'm just sitting here trying to figure out how to do something, I'm like, hey, I have all my, because they give me a picture or something, I just stick it up there. Or my calendar. Or whatever. You just stick it in your wall. This is so much easier. And I don't know if it'll hold this side, so that's what I was getting ready to say. This is going to be trial and error too. I have no idea if it'll stick to this rougher side that's the scrubby. I tried. But, like, you have, where I did not take it off. Once you get that, it starts running again. So I'm not even trying this side because it is all cratery, and I know from a while ago that it's not going to do that. I don't know what's going to do this. I'm just going to put in a couple spots because you're not. Since they came to the Dollar Tree, you didn't just waste a bunch of money. And it can be any color you want. It can be as thick as you want. And it can be the shape that you want. And that's pretty much why I like doing crafting. Because if I see something, I'm like, I want one of those. Why are they $20? Why are they $3? I can make that. That's how I started doing it. Actually, that's how I started making jewelry. We'll put that way. I'm really interested to see, because that's not good. I don't know if the rubber says it. I think this is going to be my bad. Well, so this other one, just pretend with me that we cut them all down like they were supposed to, and then next time that we go to do one of these projects, I'll do it ahead of time. I was having problems with it. Like I said, I had a whole other project sitting over there. I was going to duplicate some of the birthday decorations that I made earlier. It turned out really cute. I was looking for, they were doing like a teal and a light blue and a dark blue and a silver decoration. And she likes butterflies and roses. Well, this isn't exactly the time of year you can find really pretty roses. So I had some white ones. I had stuck in a vase with some like magenta ones. I pulled them out like, can you paint something? I mean, how does it turn out? So I had them. So I did. I was sitting over there and listened to music and had a small paintbrush and was just like I painted the outer leaves and then I had a darker color and put streaks in it. They turned out really pretty. They actually looked kind of cool. This is not gonna stick. Damn it. That's not turning out I wanted it. I don't think pushing it down is gonna get I knew my first few videos were gonna be like, you weren't ready. Even if I would have started the other project that I had. If you're under the impression that I have an idea and think, how should I make that? And if I do have all of the materials to do it, or I think, well, this might work, I might as well say that. Because also, I'll try some ridiculous things. Or if I have to go to the store and get them, but it's still going to be cheaper. It's not guaranteed it's going to work because not all surfaces work the same, like paint. Not all painting different surfaces, like painting wood is different than painting plastics or ceramics. And if you're using metallics, that's different than matte, which is different than set. They all go on different, and depending on what brushes you're using and how you're holding your mouth that day. It's just little stuff like that that you don't know until, like, well, let's see if I can make it. So I've learned a lot about how a lot of different things work and don't work. Now, if I'm smart enough, I'll ask my husband at a time, let's work. And sometimes he laughs at me, and sometimes he's like, no, it's not gonna work. But he'll usually give me an idea, but that won't work, but this would. I mean, that was a good idea, but and now I'm yelling at my cat for chasing things around, but I got sponge flying all over the place, which is just an invitation for him to come over and chase things. He fetches. He plays fetch, so with my husband, I mean, and usually it's bread time. So instead of having my dollar store exacto knife, I could have pulled out my Cricut ones. It's thicker and it's long. It cuts more at a time. This one, less chance that I'm going to take off the end of my finger if I'm paying attention to this one. I'm not looking at the screen. Like I said, it wasn't like a whole thought out thing. The other thing was a lot simpler. If I'm able to get this to work, then I have actually a couple of things that I'll show you. And the reason that I put a couple of things together instead of just finding one thing that would take like 30 minutes or so is because to start off, I'm only going to be able to do like one a week. So I've been working. My days off are hit and miss, so not hit or miss for me. Rather, I get to keep the day off. When you work for somebody out of their home, and doctor's appointments come up and things come up, and it's not like clocking in and out from like the nursing home or the hospital or whatever. If they're like, hey, can you run to the store for me real quick before you? It's never. That's why I didn't get home. I was trying to help her get stuff, the last bit of the stuff that she wanted to get put together for her daughter's birthday party today. And then I was supposed to be there, but I suppose everything else that we can go. There's been pretty much fiddling with getting my TikTok and Instagram. I didn't get very far because they were having a maintenance issue, so it kept shutting down. I would get signed in the business center and try to put up that I was going to be on Facebook, and then it would like glitch on my end. Okay, so wrong. Oh yeah, I'm covered in sponge now. Good. I usually pick the messiest ideas, especially when you're with some vinyl or anything like that. Ever stick? Okay, well it's stuck enough. It'll stay. Okay, so then I'm gonna get the glue, and if you do have a Cricut and you have one of those weeders, I have found that if you get one, they do have the not the Cricut brand, but they do have the weeders that are they sell them at Dollar Tree, and they work just as well as any other brand. They're just all I have to do is hook and stick. So, or an orange stick. If anybody clean out your nails, they have these little short ones at Walmart for I don't know how many in the package for 90 cents. Like getting 2 packages, one for my nails and one. And I did get some paint, and I do have little canvases. I'm going to be working on that. But I was trying to get those. I converted a wedding sign-in book to a birthday sign-in book. Decorations to hang on her chair, and some centerpiece for her table. So there's something else. I mean, I made her invitations too a while back. But that was just editing them. I don't really consider that a craft project. Making invitations or takes no time at all. It's not really a project. It's just finding the pictures that you want and putting them, font typing it, saving it, print. However you may need. If you know how big you want them, business cards. Which is funny because when I started doing photography, my husband bought me really nice business cards from one of the commercial places. And they were shiny, and it wasn't like a silhouette or a vector image. It was actually a camera, and they were glossy. They were so pretty. They had like an antique camera. I love antique cameras. You can see I've got some back. My directions are wonky, but when I'm backwards with this thing, they really are. Okay, so I would say you'd probably put this on here. Put something that's got a little bit of weight to it on top of it, and walk away for a couple minutes. Probably at least 15 minutes. So to wipe it. Mascara on. So I can wipe it off or try to get it on my eyeliner. My contacts are going to be no problem. So we're going to pretend it was like 30 minutes later because these are sticking. This one's not sticking. I don't care. It's because that future reference E6000 does not hold. It does hold the sponge part. It does not hold the scrubber part. So stick with finished. Or if you do have some of that padded poster board, because then you can cut it whatever shape you want. I just have like disassembled pallets and stuff in the garage. Because I saw a thing where like it was like, oh, what is on Pinterest, and it was like 10 things you can make from a broken pallet DIY. Oh yeah, okay, we're gonna check that out. So a friend of mine that he runs into pallets all the time, especially broke up ones, and he brought me home a couple, and I got them all taken apart and laid the wood against my husband's workbench, and it's still up there. I was kind of, I could make an excuse for put it off and say, well, I was having some problem with my website started, but why? I could have started the, really been in well beyond the middle of my YouTube community. Yeah. But I was working, I got tired, or I just want to do something else. I want to do crafts, but I don't want to go through like, because I sit and find stuff to mess with all the time. I don't have to read it. Especially if I see something, and they have it like on wafer or something. Like, I can make that. I have a Cricut. I have wood. I can make that sign, or a towel holder, or whatever. Okay, I got sponge all over this. Yeah, I will tell you that much like you have to pull the material tight on this, because if you don't, and it's all droopy, it's gonna look awful. So it is, in a way, sort of like wrapping it around a kitchen chair. I haven't done it. I've a general idea. I've seen somebody do it. I have pulled the material on it and stapled like one side, but I never finished the chairs that my aunt gave me. It kind of sucks because they're it's a wrought iron, and the chairs have moons on them. Really pretty. I've had like 10 years or something. So anyway, the back is a mess. But if you have, my husband has one of the metal industrial staplers, and you pull it tight and staple it. It's really soft. I would just pull it over on one side and pull it tight against this side and across here. The reason I'm not doing it, I couldn't buy the staples. I was like, well, so I messaged my friend back. I was like, thanks. So I was like, I could do that. That'd be easy. Except there's one big thing that I need, none of it, which kept me from getting the other thing together. So I'm gonna be really out of sorts. So thanks for giving me the. Okay. I do have like a regular cheapo office pink stapler. But I was messing with it earlier, trying to see if I could pull it apart and staple it. Yeah, I think it was that cheap. And if I would have cut this material even, but what I'm doing is I'm just pulling it like I would if I was going to pull it tight on here and put a rubber band on it. Like if I was going to glue it down, I would put a rubber band on it and let it set tight like that. And then I would go down this end, and it would allow me to have that end tight and be able to mess with this end. Like, this keeps you from having to paint the wood too if you have to pull it. And then you would just be able to, and then if you did both sides, and I was being neat about it, as I already said, I know that. So I will get better at this. This is totally different than selling products that I have. I'm not putting makeup on. Because usually I'm just guessing at it. And this was just, I can do that. I got it. I got it. So then, see what happened was, it's really thick. So cut this sponge in half. That's what I do with what I made. I keep wanting to say her name, and I don't want to say her name. Because I didn't ask. And I don't show any of my friends or say anybody's name or anything on social media unless they know I'm going to. The same way. Don't bring me up, not unless I'm okay with it. But when I got that from the Dollar Tree, and she was like, "That's cute, but I need something a little bit heavier duty." And I went out to her garage and was like, "Okay, I can do this." And I used her husband's. So I pulled that together. This would be a lot tighter. One, if the one in the middle wasn't the one that was all chopped up. And two, if I cut the material straight. So it wouldn't all bunch up like this and rubber band. But I think you get the idea that it would be tighter on the back, so it wouldn't be as bumpy. I think I knocked it. It's been one of those days. I think I knocked it over. So the poop pins on the floor. It's been one of those crap days. Just pull it on my wall. I was going to take my dog's picture out and then just hang it on so you can see, but I get in trouble for putting her face on YouTube. She'd be like, so like if I had my schedule or once this is on here and it's on here good, and I would let it set for quite a while. I would not try to put the material on it. I mean, glue the material because material that E6000 doesn't glue good to glue. Material to material. Good grief. It makes sense. So I kind of agreed to do this before I knew for sure it was going to work right. I mean, it's working, but it's just way sloppier than what I would normally do. But this is one of my first videos where I'm just trying to get the feel for it because I had like 3 people that was watching this while ago, and it's the nature of the beast. You may have nobody watching you one night. My video that I posted the night of the 2nd, I don't even know what I was saying. I mean, it wasn't that I don't know what I was saying. Like, I don't remember. My husband had the early admittance VIP, so I had like an hour, and I just think, well, I'll get on there and let everybody know that I'm going to go ahead and start the YouTube channel because the website is almost done, and I got enough viewers and everything to get my some of the tools I needed on my YouTube that would make this easier. And I'm just giving it all to you front. And I really wasn't sure how it worked. And then the website's going to be a whole different learning curve. So I figured, well, I might as well. Why didn't you just start this sooner? I mean, as my little friend would say, let me see, why are you doing that? It's fair. I don't know why I dropped that. Here, because I had a clear one this way. Oh. I wasn't going to use her picture. This is just the thing for my dental implants. It was for my appointment that I just did. The basic point is this will, once you have it on there, and you'll know if you have the right thickness or not. And I mean, unless you look it up or watch me do things later on when I know what I'm doing, since this is just trying it out. I got a clear one. That was great. I got a clear one. So you cannot see. Turn that way. The light does not help me see the clear. Didn't help you see the clear. Okay. That was just not smart. Here. Here's a blue one. And you can feel it go through the sponge and go right to the wood. And it's not hard. Once it's hit the wood, it's in there. I don't want to like turn around sideways. The last one's still right there, but damn if you can see it. I don't know what I was thinking there, but it was the only clear one out of my wall, so it will hold. I'll take the clear one out so you can see. Now, later on, seriously, since I did want like a little better looking one, that I could put a strip across here. These I do have the teal over there. I have the purple and I have the pink was not open yet. But I wanted to put like circle. So like if I had a pattern or something, I was using my Cricut ruler. Then I could just stick it up there. I wanted something different over here. So I knew I wanted one over here. And I will take this, since I got the sponge to stick, I'll take it, trim it down a little bit, and put the material on there like it's supposed to. But just so you can see, when you're doing it, and you can put it however you want, then, like if I would have taken the, so I got that glue off my hand. I don't want it all over my microphone. Because it's sponge. My next video will be how to peel my sponge off of my chalkboard. Or my husband yelling at me for getting stuff. Why would you do that? Because I'd rather have a chalkboard up here to jot stuff down. But if you took it this way and took the smaller amounts, I would probably do the padded poster board, like the foam board. I would probably get one of those and cut it around here. But you're still gonna wrap around, so you're gonna lose one or the other because if you have it this way. But the back of it was, now I was trying to show you. It was the Velcro that I sit down in front of me somewhere. It's a good thing I got a little package in front of me. This has kind of been my day, all day. I will set something down and I can't find it. Whatever. No, I was at work earlier. I did it there too. One of those days. Fine. I was sitting and playing with it a while ago, pulling it apart and putting it back together, talking to you guys. And then when I wanted it. Anyway. So then, for this, if you're going to stick it on your wall, or you're going to stick two things together, I don't care if it's plastic or if it's the cheap paper, stuff like that, take some alcohol. if it's something that alcohol can wipe off. Every time my head's itching every time I scratch it. I hear Stina. Okay. But wipe it off with alcohol because the oils on your hands will keep these things from sticking. I would probably, since this is a little bit heavier, I would probably go ahead and wipe this down with alcohol. Anyway, so I don't think I would like the idea of putting it on that material, but it wouldn't be bunched up in the back if I was doing it like I was supposed to. So, but if it was something that was heavier, I would probably put some of that E6000 on this. But these, I don't remember where we got them at. I think we got them from the bargain bins. I'll have to explain this to you sometime tonight. These are pretty cool stuff, really cheap. Because these stick, like, these are not like those 3M pull tab at all. Like, that's stock stuff. And then the other half, you would stick to XYZ, whatever it was you used. We smoke, dust, all that stuff. So I know that if I'm going to hang anything on the walls, well, we have that like stucco kind of wall anyway, so not really anything sticks to it. But I tried to do a vinyl saying over there. I think it's been 3 years. I kept walking by and sticking the saying back to it. Kind of ridiculous. I finally ripped it off, and then when I put the Velcro on the wall over there, I just put alcohol in a spray bottle, sprayed it down really well, and wiped it off, and then let it dry, and then took the alcohol. So I would put 2 on here, and then put the other 2 on the wall wherever you stick to, and it would go there. And this would pretty much be like if you make a smaller one, that was just going to be. You didn't need a big corkboard like right here, and you've got this one right here. Oh, let me see. I'm doing coffee out of it. Oh, that's how I don't do mine. I was thumping myself for not doing something while doing that. Oh, I never remember why I did it. So I'm gonna set this over here. And I'm gonna pull this over. I know this is not the one we made, this is not the one I made. That's why I say this is I this kind of stuff. Thinking it up, trying to decide how you want it, making it yours, playing around with it, seeing people say, I want one. Well, you already showed yourself how to make them. To me, that's turn music up and you sit and figure your puzzle out. And that's why I like it. I haven't found anything I don't like doing except crocheting. I can't stand. I could. My grandma tried to teach me, and I could make the chain. And then when I'd go to turn it back around, I've had a few people that were like, "Well, try to pick it up now that you're older." I'm like, now I have arthritis in my hand. I really don't. But since that one is so bunchy, okay. Seriously, if I just had the board and we're just pretending that this was how it was supposed to turn out, right? Like, just say we do it like this. I mean, it would be kind of cute if I pulled this down here on the bottom and had it even. And then I painted the frame to match this in whatever way, shape, or form, or put decorations on it. Got some of those the little vinyl stickers, or cut my own, whatever, and put them along here. I didn't want to paint it because I kind of like the wood look. I used to like to paint everything, but not so much anymore because I spilled like a. I was holding the flower today, and I had it and paint, which I can usually handle. And I turned around and talked to my husband. I dumped the whole. You guys know what I'm talking, right? I was looking at him. I was like, I felt something right about it. I looked, crap, like almost a whole bottle. I'm mad. Pants that on at the time were like, they look like watercolor. So, the pants aren't really ruined. Like, well, I'm gonna take a shower now. It was blue. So when I went to the bathroom, took my pants off. I was the sorry. I take my seizure medications. Tell me better. Okay, so anyway, a dry erase board. And I just pull things out. That's because I find these stuff like people that have them on. This is actually the dry erase board and the chalkboard. And there's like a couple of label makers with the. It was the clicker ones, not the digital one. And there's some other stuff in there, but like $5 for all these. I was like, so I'll get something like that because, for one, this has already got the lines and stuff on it for a calendar. And my thing with work is we're always doing the calendar in pencil because I'm doing good to do it in pen. Because then we're just whitened out. Doctor's appointments or something. So she'll do the schedule out for some reason. Not because she wrote it and she figured it wrong. Every time. Every month. We've never not had to change it. So I've got to where I haven't read on my calendar. And it's smaller than this. But I don't have dry erase pens. And whoever had this, they put. This is the 3M. It has the tabs that stick out, take off it. So when I get ready to hang it up, I'm going to use my black. But anyway, what I was going to say was, if it wasn't a calendar and you were to cover, like, wanted to cover part of it, like the same way, or you would have different shape or whatever. So you could have part dry erase board. I also have vinyl that's dry erase, and I have vinyl that's chalk. I haven't found anything to do with them yet because I have a big dry erase board and chalkboard that's out in the garage. I just don't really need it. But since this came with the label makers for really cheap, I can just use it every month and not have to keep scratching out. But I do. I have the dry erase board out there, and I have this one. Not going to do any good unless I have a pencil. I don't. I've been to the store plenty of times to get it. I'm a lot of things but coordinated in that one. So in case you ever wondered, do you have to be organized to do this? No. No. Not most people that I know that have anxiety, or really bad panic attacks, or like stress out easily, they are more coordinated because like that will work them. It'll cause them to. That doesn't seem to be a syndrome of mine because I'm so much less than organized with everything. I wish I was organized. I never have been. I will organize things, but usually comes out that I lose whatever I was organizing. I would put something away, and I have those cards, and I have all the crafting stuff to organize stuff. How would you say? Really being loud. Dang it, sorry. I don't know why I keep putting that thing over. It makes sound. Shh. It drives me nuts. Like, sorry. Dang it. Can't get it to be quiet. I'm just answering my kid back, and then I will do the second thing really quick. It's really fast. KC22 investment in blog and 7 others like it. There we go. That's funny. I don't even know what I put on there. I was just advertising that I was going to do this, and there was like a whole lot of people. Don't worry about it. If you're only going to bring her over for a couple hours, well, I'll bring her over. No, I had tomorrow off, so I wanted you to bring her. Okay. So, that was not the best way to do that. I mean, that's the best way to do it, but not the best well thought out ahead of time because I really thought it was going to go together better. So you guys get the basic idea, but my sloppy idea was. So the other thing was that I love these. If you're watching your marketplace or Facebook or whatever, anybody who has a Cricut, like the first thing that they do is you can see because they'll make a bunch of signs, a bunch of shirts. Because you can go to the Dollar Tree and they have all kinds of everything that what they call blanks. Basically, they're just stuff that's undecorated. This is plastic. It has, even though it's plastic, it looks metal. But I was mixing a color for my husband. This was the color he wanted for his day of it. So I mixed it in there where I have a lid on it in case I had to touch it later. Because I only had a little bit of the color the peach to make it that. Dang it. I really wish I would have done this last night. I would have at least had my mouth or my brain would have which is not working. So you guys see pop sockets all over the place. Dollar Tree, has them for $1. Or you can go to Walmart and get one that says whatever. I mean, they're a lot cuter. They're also not $1. So I will pick up a bunch of these. And these are the cheapo phone holders they have. They have nothing on them. Just plain colored. I think I have one that's plaid, but the great thing about them, what I do, they're plastic. There is nothing special about them. I have one that's metal and slides up and down, and it's pink. Same general principle, it's a little better made, but it's my phone's a stylus, so I can set it. I did. This is another thing that, like, if you normally are using it, using this at your desk, you know, it's sticking anything at your desk. You know, but you knew that was going to stay there. These are great for that because the sticky, once you take it off, their alcohol will take any of these off. These stick strong, but even if you put the E6000 on there, alcohol will take it off. I wouldn't go as far as say use fingernail polish or whatever. That's acetone, but even for $1, especially if you have this Velcro down, where you can pick it up and still move it. It's pretty clunky. The case on it. I should make sure that nobody's face is on here. I turn. It's that dirty. That's the plainest ass thing you've ever seen, right? It's not pink metallic. And I saw them, I was like, oh gosh, this is $1. And I've got vinyl that I can make any picture out of. Or even if I don't want to make a picture of it, I can make my pop socket match my. I would spend like $250, and that's why I didn't get the metal one, because my case is it's really clunky. My phone's not. My phone is blue metallic, but I liked the Dreamcatcher because it was really cool. So, I mean, it's sturdy enough. But if you were going to Velcro it down, I had my other one that's over here somewhere. I had it. It had like the sticky that you pulled off to my little small desk when I just had a laptop. And when I got this big desk, I'd take it off. The sticky stuff came off. But it held everything. And it was just a cheaper one. But I hated every time I took my phone off of it and it was stuck to my desk, that it was just ugly. I can't remember what color it was. I thought I brought it over here a little bit. And this is too. They don't have any cute ones. They have like a black and white plaid, and then they had like gray, black, blue, and like a booger green one. It was not cute. So very simple. You don't care what the Bible looks like, and if you don't have it stuck to anything, then you have it stuck in your purse anyway, because it just folds up and you stick it in the side. But this other side, where it's from the phone hooks, or if you want to measure it out, I've done one already. the hell was that? Oh, that's nice. Holy cow. That has never happened before. It had to do what I was doing. I was trying to show you how cute we do this. I have some vinyl that's cut down in smaller pieces. I could have done a design, but this is what I originally wanted to show you, because you don't have to have a Cricut. If you just wanted to do a solid color or a stripe, or, before we had Cricuts, we used to just take like sticker paper or printable labels back in the day. So if I wanted to make this sort of smaller size, a little smaller on that, because I cut all this down and then realized that I did not want to sit and cut a bunch of little butterflies out for her, so I kind of went a different way. It's not sized. So again, like that project, you will get the general idea, and the next project that I have to show you, I will already have measured out and know that it works. I'll assemble it and then disassemble it. So you can see, I have learned my lesson. This isn't that big of a deal, but my hands don't work. Okay. And vinyl is really pretty thin if you've never messed with it before. And it will crinkle easily depending on what the brand is. And to be honest, I don't know if this is. I don't think this is Cricut. I actually think I think it's Walmart. Like, this is some of the Walmart. It's not Walmart vinyl. It's Walmart paper. I think they call it removable paper. Cricut and some of the other ones, they have the. Wow. My ability to show you, like, can you guys see that line on it? Yeah. So you can cut it even. Cool. So you can put it up to here and line the lines up the best way you can if you want it to fit from edge to edge. Or you can like I said, if you really want to measure it and be meticulous about it, so it's super cute, then you can take it around the edges. So I'm just doing because I now know people who don't have Cricuts, so I can spend the money on that. I should make some pretty cute stuff if you have the rolls. You don't get it. If you lay this down and then lay this down on top of it, then you can draw around it and cut it, or take the X-Acto knife around it, which I'm not gonna try to take the X-Acto knife around anything right now. That would be not in best interest of me coming out with finger storm. So I can, since this does have lines on it, I can see that if I lay it there and pull it to there, that I can cut it on this line and this line here. I don't even have to draw around it. I mean, I can, but I'll show you. That's why I like the lines, like Christmas wrapping paper. So the lines that I drew, can't see where they're at. Okay. Then, obviously, I'm glad I cleaned these. Yeah. I love using two-sided tape or double-sided tape for a lot of things, but I'm glad that the Cricut scissors are really good because they're hard on scissors. And exaggerate. Yep. So this is what I cut out. I swear my phone is really not on my phone. And now I will stop talking. I know, but you know when you talk to your kids, you know when they're not talking. I know that was the last thing she was going to say. Well, the answer I wanted, but when your kids are grown, you don't get to decide. Okay. So I will have my phone on the back. The reason I did that was because you can see that purple that's in the bottom. I want a new one. I have one on Amazon that I really want. And this still has it's a brand new one. But that's what it looks like buying it from. It's like Hawaiian. And I'm sure somebody else would like it. No, I'm not into the Hawaiian. No, I'm talking to them. Blah. So I cut this to where it's going to pretty much fit on there exact. And leaving the sides so everything can move around and not keep peeling off. And if I didn't want to cut that off, I could just take another second and I could put another color. So it should probably just be another color of pink for me or black. But now my phone case and my pop socket match my phone. Not that everybody needs to match, but I'm just showing you can do it without having to have a Cricut. Because you can get this stuff at Walmart. Actually, Walmart just started selling their own brand. I can't remember how big the rolls are. Okay. No wrapper. I got 2 rolls to try it out. Oh, I guess it's pretty thick, and this is not. But I'm kind of interested in. I want to cut something out that I need to weed, because some of them they just weed like butter, really smooth. It's really easy, no matter how intricate the little pieces are. And then there's like the foil and stuff that makes you want to open veins. Nice. The nerves from going back to being on lives again. My hands are shaking. And this I have to kind of Worst case scenario, I would peel it off, cut it a piece, but I would rather not mess up 2 projects on my first YouTube video. And I'll be glad when there's more people that catch on, because I don't want to be the only one with ideas. You know? Because I have a lot of friends that like to do different kind of crafting stuff. And I may say, why did this turn out really good? And they have a different idea, a better idea. We put them together and it ends up like, hey. I don't know why this is doing this. So it's stuck down. And then, like I said, you could just measure since even where it has not been cut on this vinyl, it'll have like a little, you can see a little strip of white, and that's how you know that that part has not been cut, so it should be straight. So it would be, it would be cut to the side, and then it would just be the gray that would be poking out, or not, whatever you want to do. But you don't have to have a Cricut to decorate your own stuff, unless you want to give it tickets. And you can do the whole thing. And I've been meaning to do this for a while. Seriously. And just kept thinking, I'll find the color I want, and do it at the time I want. Okay. Crap. Okay. And, there's like, this is a different brand. That's a different brand. I tried all the different ones. And I've tried the paper that I just thought they had iron on. I don't know how that works, or how well that works. So I will definitely try it. For right now, no. We might. That the blue, it's very shimmery, but it wrinkles like paper because it is paper. And this, I haven't even put it in my Cricut, to tell you the truth. I got it and used it for just craft projects. Now I've had a couple people that have put it in their Cricut. I'm not as good at quick weeding, so yeah, because I've done that many projects to be that quick at it. If they're that quick at weeding, they can catch it before they make a huge mess, but I'm not there yet. So I guess I should have probably got that lavender, but I did not. Then I have this other one. I'm gonna cover up. I'm covering up Hawaii. See, on the back of these, I had bought some of those wood hearts from keychains too. Make sure it's falling off today. And these are not the best pop sockets, but it's better than nothing. And I can sit here and just, because I want to do something simple, something that you could do like you and your kid can make matching pop socket and holders. If you want to get them from Walmart, spend a little more than $1. I'm not to show this. I probably would if I was gonna. If it was a little heavier duty, I would. And then whenever I cut anything out, because I can't cut a straight line if my life depended on it, I always cut outside the line. Because I can take my X-Acto knife and I can trim off the excess, but you can't edit on it. I'm awful. I can draw, but I can't cut the straight line. I can't wait to see how I paint a straight line. I don't know what I would ever have to be drawing or painting that would have to be exactly straight. I don't think I ever saw Bob Ross make any like exact lines, but I also didn't spend hours and hours watching like my husband did. My grandma was flipping on him. I just like the fact that he talks so soft because nobody else in my family, anyone else in my family did. He was such a happy guy. And then I watched a documentary that his son did on him not too long ago. If you guys haven't seen it, I was trying to remember where I saw it. Look on some of the streaming. You can probably Google it. It'll tell you. If I hear that something's streaming, I just Google it. Like, where can you watch it? Is it one that we pay for? Pay for it. Then you can decide if it's worth it. They do have some Bob Ross videos on YouTube. But I just like the fact that they would do close-ups and he would do this. He would talk it out. Almost put you to sleep. And then when they panned out, I was like, it's a damn picture. I thought that was cool, but like magic. It's magic. Because when I'm doing it myself, I don't care how simplistic. I have a lot of people that tell me they'll be fine. Just start out with drawing a sunset or something. Just like blending your makeup and color, and then put a happy little tree or bush. If it comes out looking any decent at all, I bet you my husband will put it in later. Making Picasso. Oh, crap. Told you I was going to fight with everything today. On top of that, I think it turned out kind of egg-shaped. Well, I was determined I was going to get the live done, and I probably should have waited until tomorrow night when I wasn't so exhausted from the last few days. Last night was going to be the decorations. I knew what I was going to do last night, but I already given them to them this morning, so then I knew I had to come up with something else, and I had this, and it didn't take any thought except measuring it out, and so then when Tiffany asked me, "Hey, show him how to do that," and I didn't do a very good job of it because I thought that I had everything over here on my tray, and I didn't. So, like I said, lesson learned. Make sure everything's lit. I probably won't measure everything out because I don't want to mess anybody up, making them think that, oh, you can just throw it together. I can't throw anything together. It's bad news, Bear. Here. One thing. I think that's right. And like I said, I put it bigger than what the pop socket is. Because once I get it rubbed on there good, if you didn't know, there is several different kinds. Actually, there's more than when I started because they've now got like a felt, and they have, let's see, I have this is like a chrome, but it's heavy. And then they do have some it's kind of like light aluminum. It's more like gold leafing. It's pretty if you have the eyes and the patience to sit and get it off and do it. So I haven't used it on a whole lot of stuff. If I have used it, it's been something that I can just trim something out or Because like I was talking about paint earlier, this is too. I'm sure when I get into drawing on canvas, I have not put a paintbrush to canvas yet. I have not unwrapped those. I want to. So I think when I get done with this, my stomach's growling. So I'm probably going to eat something and get my colored pencils and my Disney coloring book. Go and sit next to my husband and watch it. I let everything stress me out too bad this week. It was one of those weeks where I felt like I had to get a million things done because I was getting everybody else's stuff done and mine was falling behind. So I'm gonna sleep good tonight. Tomorrow I need to do some more laundry. I probably used to do several YouTubes, but I would like to keep if I do them close together, I want to keep them like not even close to the same, because these were very, very simple, just for the fact that I kind of wanted to show a diversity that these things are stuff that you can just put together while you're watching a trial or while you're watching whatever show you watch. X show here. I don't know what YouTube's rule about saying actual like TV shows names. I know when it comes to certain words, since I'm a true crime buff, that they get a little uptight about certain words, but I don't know but I don't know what they say about like naming stores or exact TV shows or anything that's copyrighted. So, like, got it started with the scissors. I could not get it started. I told you a while ago I didn't trust not to lose a finger. But since these are the cheap pop sockets, if I do cut some of that plastic off, you get a whole other handful. And as soon as I do try that new Walmart vinyl out, I'll let you know. Because I have Cricut and I have that cheap. I have Oracle and I have the Cricut brand. Walmart's brand. It's Happy Hobby. I'm gonna wrap my tongue all the way around my teeth. I got all my makeup organized today because it was like in different places, and I'd have to, depending on what I wanted to wear or take going out of town, I was packing it and unpacking it. So I got one bag. I realized that I had like 5 different foundations and powders and different mascaras and a few eyeliners by the time I pulled them all apart. So I was able to put some permanently in the to-go bag, some permanently in the bathroom. And then like emergency, a couple things in my purse. In case I needed to, sometimes you have to spice up depending on what you're doing that day. You're going to the city and go shopping for the day, and then if you want to go someplace nice to eat, you're gonna run around all day and on the road for a couple hours. You look like you feel. So I always throw a little extra makeup on. I don't know if it helps. It makes me feel better. I don't know. I'm not sure if it makes anybody that looks at me feel any better. But I pay more attention to it. I pay extra attention to stuff like that. But I'm sure that people don't pay attention to me. I will I don't have it blocked.
What?
There's nothing behind. Were you trying to open the door? Oh. I thought you thought it was him. Huh?
You still live?
I'm just trimming this vinyl off of this pop socket so that it matches my phone holder. Because before that, I did my own pin. Just doing simple stuff to start off with.
Your simple stuff has been over 2 hours. I don't know how long you think you're going to keep people in the kitchen. But
Honey.
if we're live, it's not.
Okay. So the pop socket and then your holder's there. And that did turn out pretty well since we were able to glue that together. So I was at least about that, even though we didn't get that pulled together, got the general idea. But I'm glad you asked me that question, Vicky, because I wouldn't have thought about that. I forgot that the cheaper ones that they didn't stick that way. But no, I won't show it to anybody else. I wasn't real sure I was going to show them that. Like I said, that wasn't planned. So, and then the $2.50 instead of what a holder that the color you wanted matches the pop socket. Very simple. And you don't have to have a Cricut to cut it. If you can cut a straight line, which I'm not sure I can even do any of that anymore. Not that coordinated, I guess. So I mean that was 3 things. And like I said, I wanted to build those things like that because I know I can do one a week with the way my hours are and not being pulled away. So if I'm not able to do another live until next weekend, at least I've got 1 week, which was my goal, and I accomplished it. So that was it. I did stretch it out a little bit more so that they weren't like 15-minute videos. That's what YouTube says to do. Just follow what the instructions says. This wasn't a YouTube short, it was a YouTube live. So and I have a couple posts on TikTok and Facebook and Instagram and Facebook. But they're linked together. So if you can see it on one, you can see it on the other. It's Mystic Stevens. I don't get fancy with it. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your Sunday night. Going back into work tomorrow. And if you're watching this later on in the future, don't think too horribly of me as being a dingbat, or if you didn't think bad of me before, it won't take long. Just stick around. But if you have any questions, like I said, I didn't want to give any brands away yet. I don't know what all those rules are. I will as I go along. I have a couple of people that I've just started talking to that have given me a little bit of tips and tricks, But since I don't do true crime, I don't say anything that they've said to me yet. And I don't have it where children can't watch this either. I would put a disclaimer if I was, but it's not what crafting's about, so I can't imagine what that would be. Everybody have a great rest of your night, and I hope your week starts great. Thanks for everybody who popped in and out, and people who are watching in the future.